People will fudge their weight, but if they teach you don't use weight as your measurement, look at your energy level, look at all that stuff, because scale can struggle for times.
Right.
So
I think it's an interesting concept.
it's a really, I want to know what they actually do.
Well, you'll find out starting, when is it starting, tomorrow?
It starts now. It starts day one.
Well, the day one may start tomorrow morning, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Whereas once you log into the app, then.
Right, so it'll start tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So you can, log your water, you can log your weight, you can log your food, your exercise, all those things. So it's like a lot of those fitness apps that are out now.
Yep. A
lot of similarities.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If you have any questions, problems, complaints regarding, of course, anything, and then if you have any investment questions, because investing right now for the last few years has been pretty trouble-free. We'll talk about that. I want to also tell you about realcbdthatworks.com. If you're looking for a wonderful product for pain, inflammation, anxiety, it's Panacea Life Sciences. That's the company. They're right here in Golden. By the way, you can find them at the airport as well. You can find them at some of the malls with the kiosks. And one thing I wanted to mention about them is that they will sell you 30% off their products with Tom in the promo code if you go online, realcbdthatworks.com. Okay, Suze, we wanted to get, I forget, let's see, there were a couple things we wanted to do. We wanted to get him connected. I want Bart to call us back when he has proof of.
He's going to email me the proof.
Good. And then what we're going to do, he can go to Wage and Hour. He can also go to Small Claims Court. We can walk him through that process. APL Financial, Brian Gray. So we've had a wonderful time for investing, really. It was wasn't it almost you couldn't make a mistake?
Yeah, you could throw darts and still win.
Really. So what do you do in a time like that to stand out, really? What people say, I don't need you. I'm going to just open an account at Ameritrade. I don't think it's that simple, but have people tried that? Or
because everybody's going to always try to do better on their own and do those things. But when you start looking at all the research and studies, having a professional advisor, you're typically going to do about 2% better a year over time.
Can you invest people's qualified money?
We can.
In qualified plans?
Yeah, so we do investments, with 401ks. We also do traditional IRAs, rollovers, Roth IRAs. We're real big on Roth conversions from a tax perspective as well.
Do you give people advice on crypto? What's your feeling about crypto at this point?
Yeah, well, what are you guys doing in that space at all?
Yeah, we're actually not doing anything in that space. It's still not a proven piece. Which one's going to win? Is it Bitcoin? Is it? Ethereum?
But there's so many people into it. But if they want to buy it, I don't even know if it's an investment or is it simply a parking place.
Yeah, it's really a parking place for a lot of people because they're basically unsure. They might own Bitcoin and just letting it ride and hopefully.
Well, some are speculating on it.
Yeah.
Especially those who bought it at $1, for God's sakes. What are they sitting on right now?
Quite a bit of money.
Well, so 61,000 now.
Yeah, 61,000 was 35,000 earlier this year. But you start looking at the movement of an asset class, and it's we see a lot of people will come to us that they have an overweight to one asset class, but you got single stock risk or one asset class that can really throw the wrench into your plan. And it relates to retirement planning. It's really taking control and having a plan and having an overall investment philosophy and really have a clear direction of what you want to achieve with.
What will it go to? A lot of people believe it'll go to 100,000 easily.
Yeah, it's supply demand. It's really comes down to,
but every day supply gets less.
Yeah, we looked at what happened to gold back in 2012, 2011, when it shot up to 2,000 and went back down. It's now starting to climb back up to get back to where we were.
One of the biggest problems with currency, crypto, is that people don't understand it.
Correct.
And a lot of people don't know how to convert it or use it. They buy it, then they say, now what? They're afraid they don't even have it. And what if one day it shows up not there? How do you prove you had it? Well, really, I don't understand that.
Yeah, we're kind of in the same camp. We haven't done a lot of research to really go knee deep to truly provide advice for people. But it just more so with anything, just if you're going to invest in something, just make sure you're okay with losing that money because investing does have risk, and we want to make sure that people have.
I've always envisioned it as electronic Beanie Babies. You know, Beanie Babies at one point were selling for $200 for a little stuffed toy. Now they're worth, you can't give them away. And with crypto, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, no, crypto is more than that.
Crypto is not a currency. A currency is defined as something that's backed by a government. Whereas crypto, the problem is if I pay you in crypto today at $60,000.
Crypto is a promise to
right,
pay.
And you sell me a car today for one crypto at $60,000. Okay?
Yeah.
You have that crypto. Tomorrow it goes to $30,000. You've lost half of your investment in that car with nothing, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You mean the person who sold it got ripped off and the person who bought it made out?
Exactly. So, and there's no control over the volatility.
Yeah, and it's ultimately comes down because it's still trying to figure out a foothold with what people will buy.
And while a dollar is volatile, is not as volatile.
Correct.
Well,
I mean, it does. I mean, a dollar doesn't go from a dollar to, to 30 cents to $60.
We're talking about inflation of 3 and 4%.
Right, as opposed to
crypto, it could be 30
well,
40%.
this year alone, what was it? It's doubled.
What's that?
This year alone, crypto went down and doubled.
Exactly. So you can have a volatility of 50%, whereas with currency, it's a couple, 3, 4%, and people get upset.
Okay, so there's no way for someone to know when you start a crypto coin. Now, I know that there are real ways to verify, but there's no way for the common buyer to know what they're buying. They don't know if they're buying a real Bitcoin or not.
Yeah,
how would they know?
Yeah, it's still not regulated. So
right. How does anyone know that anything they're buying called crypto is real? Now, it turns out that a lot of them are real, but how would you know?
Oh, yeah.
What's the first thing you would do to verify a crypto, a Bitcoin? What would you do? Talib, what would you do?
Go read the white paper.
Okay, well, the white paper explains how they're done, right? Now you get an offer. You want to buy a Bitcoin, okay? How do you know your Bitcoin that you're buying is real?
The Bitcoin that I'm buying, if I'm buying Bitcoin,
yeah,
then that's the
where do you go?
Entity that's going to be traded. I mean, it's not like it's
not. Yeah,
but
how do you know you're getting a real signature, a real ID number, a real whatever discrete identification that it's a real Bitcoin from a real mining operation or from the real Bitcoin?
Because it's on the real Bitcoin chain, blockchain. In other words, its movement on that particular
can be tracked
in that medium. Yes.
Do you ever search it?
There's a ledger for every transaction that exists.
And is there someone that will verify that for you before you buy it?
Not like that. Okay. The process itself is kind of self-verifying.
But if I get an email and say, here's a Bitcoin, you want it? Send me this money and I transfer it to you. I mean,
that would make you nuts.
There are exchanges like Coinbase, which are legitimate and that can trace that you are in fact purchasing a Bitcoin, and the blockchain will prevent you or someone else from taking that Bitcoin. So you have to know who it is you're buying from. But
that's true.
Coinbase and one or two others are legitimate agencies for transactions in Bitcoins.
Okay. Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You want to talk Bitcoins? Give us a call. Also, this OSHA mandate, what are you thinking about it? It's going to affect a lot of
people. I like your idea. You form two companies of 99, or 10 companies of 99 employees each.
Absolutely. Yeah, just
every department you have is another company.
Yeah, absolutely. It's completely legal. So you just have separate payroll systems. It doesn't take much.
No.
You can have a centralized payroll, one payroll department handling all of that for all of them.
And that's another company.
That's another company, exactly. So, but there'll always be a ways to get around it. So, but it's
the problem with Bitcoin, Tom, is that if you're doing it from person to person, you can be ripped off. You're doing it through Coinbase, you can keep track of that Bitcoin and have the blockchain verify that is your Bitcoin and it's in your wallet. You can't lose your wallet like that kid did who lost $12 million worth of Bitcoin.
Right. And that would be ultimately heartbreaking.
Forget your passwords and all that stuff, right?
Hey, if you are in an accident, you need free legal advice, John Fuller, Fuller Law. Don't take that lightly. When I say that, it's not a sales job. He'll answer all of your questions regarding that personal injury claim, the collectability, the insurance companies involved, what you need to do, what he could do for you, and there is no obligation. If you are looking for help, I've done the shopping for you. I know John Fuller for many, many years. All you have to do is call him for free advice. And if you decide to hire him, there's no obligation. He works on contingency, so never out of pocket. Fuller Law. John Fuller. That's personalinjuryco.com. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. If you're looking for floor coverings, you can go anywhere and buy them. You can buy them in hardware stores, big box stores. You can buy them at the big outlets and the big mills. But here's the thing. If you want to buy with a personal touch, with some information, some guidance, you can go to Simply Floors, Inc. Better people, better experience, and better prices than even the big guys. SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's Simply Floors, Inc. Make your own appointment for in your home, SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Are you obsessed with true crime?
Yeah, I could go to jail so easy for writing their names on bullets.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Any politician, you gotta look at the half truth they're trying to tell us. Or maybe quarter truth.
Or the first two words.
Lips are moving, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's funny because you study movement and all that stuff. For, you know, anybody standing behind a podium, they're standing behind something, so they're always hiding something. You know, some mistalk with their hands in the pocket or hiding something. Once it's cold outside, of course.
Of course.
But as a whole,
they're cold outside.
Yeah.
Make you do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. The extra hour actually went by faster.
Is that?
The extra hour.
Yeah,
We were last in right before COVID shut everything down, and that's right when you guys went to the 4 hour plus.
I'm telling you, man, this COVID thing has given the excuse for the most un-American activities ever in history. Ever.
An excuse and a shield and
Than ever. It's opened up dictatorships and fucking mandates that just come out of nowhere. OSHA just basically changed the entire country.
Yeah. Change the rules on us.
And people are going to fight back. I swear to God, they're going to get so fucking sick and tired of it.
Well, when you demand people do something, it's less likely. Because the moment they said they're going to do the mandate, things drop like a crazy. Even if they were spanking people volunteering to get it. But when you look at truly that piece, there's a lot of First Trust is a ETF firm, and they put out a lot of good research on the COVID stuff. And it's just amazing when you see timelines of when something happened, how quickly vaccinations went down. You know, it's just people don't like to be told what to do, just like staying home. You know.
I disagree with Dan Kaplis on almost everything. We're diametrically opposed, but he's right about using the government now with this claim of everything is going to be mental health or COVID or
what do you mean?
a threat. Everything is going to be a threat to community health. guns,
Right.
climate change.
That's going to be the new.
That's going to be the new way
to get things through.
to get power. Exactly. By executive action.
Right. No laws.
Right.
We don't need no stinking laws.
Roll it out this year, roll it
Executive
back
orders.
next. Roll it out this year, roll it back
Executive
next.
orders.
And the blame game.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Let's go to the phones. And Don, what's going on with you? Don?
Yes, sir. Listener since Flo Doyle and Father John. Just a quick statement. I took the wife to ER last night at 4:30 and didn't get home till 1:30 in the morning. And to a nurse and doctor, it's because of people not getting shots that end up in the hospitals that are taking all the rooms. So I don't care politically what they do, but it's making it hard on people who do need the rooms. Otherwise, she'd have been able to stay there. But
okay, so you're saying you're all for the mandates because what it's and we're not talking politically. You're saying if they had vaccinations, they would not be in the hospital. Is that your contention?
Yeah, it's making it tough on people who need the room, like my wife last night for 9 hours.
Okay, thank you, Don. Listen, I think, I don't know if the stats have been done. I know stats have been done on vaccinated versus unvaccinated, but they haven't been done on all people and comorbidities. You see, there are vaccinated people who have dire consequences, and there are unvaccinated people that have dire consequences. I'm wondering if what those two groups have in common are comorbidities or co-problems, let's call them. And then why aren't we on people's asses about that? Why aren't we on people's asses about weight, supplementation, and diet? Why not? If you want to be consistent, why not? Isn't that a fair question? Anyway, I'm Tom Martino, APOFinancial.com. They were our guest today, APOFinancial.com. 720-588-2000 is their number. 720-588-2000. Remember, folks, referralist.com. Save all your problems for me.
Thomas, because what you've been ranting about for years, that the healthcare system is set up, it's not set up for disease.
But you know what? Why don't they rant as much about lose fucking weight, supplement, and eat right? Why don't